Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mount Blade II Bannerlord. Today we are diving in and taking a look at the newly released Game of Thrones Trial of the 7 campaign map, so you can go ahead and download this mod right now. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. Basically, yes, the first campaign map that we've really seen has now been released, which is absolutely amazing. I am a big fan of the work that they're putting in with this mod, and it's great to see the mod get more and more developed as we go on. Do keep in mind though that this is still very much a work in progress map. Things are going to change. Placement of settlements are going to be adjusted. We'll be getting more detail, more life being brought to the settlement in future updates. But this is the first kind of way that you guys can jump in and also, I guess, kind of beta test it as well. So if you guys have any feedback for them on the map, if you run into any bugs, do let them know over on their Discord. Again, I will link it down below in the description. But it is great to start seeing some of these mods being released and thrown out there into the world for us to mess around with. A lot of us are waiting for the big overhaul mods, so it's great to start to see some of them showing up on our radar. So yeah, let's just dive in. So as you can see, I am up here in the north right now. We'll go from north to south and we'll take a look at everything. So as you can see, the campaign map is pretty goddamn huge. It's going to take you a long time to go from Dawn to the north if that's exactly what you want to do. But let's start off in the north. So obviously we have some wildlings up here. We have the fens. I believe there isn't a ton of other wildlings in right now, but I'm pretty sure they said that this is going to be coming in a future update. They're going to be adding in wildlings and also the Night's Watch as well, so that you can kind of have that roleplay action and kind of fight for the Night's Watch moving north beyond the wall. I also believe if you do go beyond the wall, there is a ton of undead waiting for you over there, so you have to be very, very careful. But Castle Black looks great, as you can see. Again, not actually in the game right now, but still looking good nonetheless. As we go a bit further south, we obviously have the Dreadfort positioned right here. The traitorous Boltons will have to be something to worry about. Over to the left, we have Winterfell, and then we have the other northern houses as well, scattered throughout, looking very cool though, and it's nice to see this. As we go further south, we obviously have the Fingers over there on the far right, and we have the Twins right there. Obviously continue to go down, we have River Run, situated along all the rivers, and the only King's Road there moving further north. In the Vale, we have the Bloody Gate, and I believe you can't pass this if you're at war with the Vale. I'm not sure if that's actually 100% true, but I remember reading somewhere that was the case, and if it's not the case, it'd be amazing if they could make it so the Bloody Gate, if you were at war with the Vale, you couldn't just pass through it, because I think that'd be really, really nice, and you'd have to go all the way around if you wanted to obviously invade deep in, and there's not a lot of avenues obviously in the Vale, so if you do end up going all this way around, you're trapped in there and there's not really much you can do. So that'd be amazing if they could get that to work. As I said, I'm pretty sure that is the case, but maybe I am just chatting absolute bullcrap. We obviously have Harrenhal as we go further down, and obviously if we go into the Westerlands, we have Casterly Rock positioned right here. Unfortunately, there are no Iron Islands in the game. Again, that'll be added in future updates, which is something I'm looking forward to, as I love the Ironborn. I really, really do. As we go further down south, we have Lannisport there. Obviously, Lannisport is a lot closer to Casterly Rock than it is right now, but again, maybe we decided that this was for the best to make it so that, there's just not major cities next to one another. You kind of got to weigh up the historical lore and also gameplay features, and that's probably something that we're constantly balancing as we go further and further on. Castamere over there. In we go into the Crown Lands as well. You can see King's Landing in all its glory. I can't wait to ride above it on a dragon and burn it to the ground. Also, as well as that, these scenes, I believe, are actually in the, if you go and visit these castles, they are actually in the game, or at least being worked on to be in the game, which is, again, pretty nice. I believe there's no custom siege maps yet for these, but if you actually go over them, you can march up into them, which is kind of cool to see already. We have Dragonstone over on the far right-hand side here, ready to launch the invasions for Stannis. There he is, the one true king, Stannis Baratheon, looking amazing in his armor as well. I'm a big fan of that. Very nice indeed. As you go further down south, obviously we have the Stormlands and the Storm's End, all positioned right there. No Tarleys? Not Tarleys, whatever they're called. House Tarth, sorry. Isn't House Tarth supposed to be on this island? Actually, not too sure. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've really gotten back into the Game of Thrones lore. We have Highgarden positioned there. Again, very, very nicely positioned, looking absolutely amazing. Further down south, we have Old Town. We have Hornhill as well with Vitalis and the Arbor as well positioned off on its island. Then as you go further into Dawn, you can obviously see Starfall and the other settlements. And the King's Grave, we have Sunspear positioned over on this far right-hand side and the other Dawnish settlements. We also have these 2 land bridges, one down here in the south and then one all the way up here in the north. Basically, for now, it's just how you get over to Essos. Inevitably, I'm sure they're going to be wanting to add in, naval travel in some way or another. I personally really love the way that the Carrier Expanded Kingdoms does naval travel. They have these like pre-existing paths where you just basically, if you hit the water, you then get like made into a boat and you just kind of travel this pre-existing path. I think it's a really nice way of doing it, so maybe they can add something like that into the game. Over in the lands of Essos, so we have Bravos, and again, Essos is still very much a work in progress, but still looks good and you can definitely mess around with it. You can see a few of the territories there, obviously Slavers Bay as well. So yeah, Essos is still, under development, being added, and I'm sure they'll be adding in way more stuff over here with the Dothraki hordes and other stuff like that. It'd be really cool if they could ever make the Dothraki into like a late game threat where they're like an event fires and then the Dothraki just go to war with everybody and just start rinsing everyone in their path. And same with the undead as well. It'd be really cool if they could script in like a certain date hits and then all of a sudden, the Night King has come and he just starts decimating everybody in his path. That would be really, really cool. Hopefully that's the future of Bannerlord modding. So overall, that's going to be the map, and I just wanted to make this quick video to let you guys know that the map is out. As I said, this is still very much an early access look at the map, but you can play it, and it plays fine. However, if you do run into any bugs, do let them know over on their Discord server. As well as that, I'm sure we'll be getting more improvements to the campaign map just aesthetically as well. I mean, it looks really good anyway with all the grass. Like, this looks really good, and I love all the like kind of the mist in the north as well. As it just kind of rolls in. I think this looks really cool. Very gives you that like kind of night, that Night King feel as he just marches further forward past the wall. I think that does look really cool. But yeah, I really hope, kind of my feedback is I'd love to see in the future like more dirt roads kind of scattered throughout. I'd love to see kind of just like minor assets being added in just to bring the campaign map alive. Maybe there's a dirt road kind of going through here connecting up the settlements and you have like inns stuff and stuff like that kind of scattered throughout. Just again, really to bring that campaign map alive because it looks amazing. King's Road looks good and hopefully they continue to improve that. But yeah, just adding in these kind of small details again that Cal Radio Expanded, I know I keep on mentioning it, but that mod does such a great job of bringing the campaign map alive, so it would be really cool to see, more stuff like from that map being added into stuff like this, because I think that would be really cool. But again, it's not something that, is going to be added probably further down the line, which is something I am personally looking forward to. So yeah, I mean, there's something else for me to really look at. You guys can take a look at some of the units as well. If we move into Winterfell really quickly as well, you guys can see there's Robb Stark and Jon Snow there as well. You guys can see some of the units that are currently in the game as well. I believe every faction has at least a roster. Again, some are going to be more developed than others. Some are going to be placeholders. Some are going to be, work in progresses and stuff like that. The Starks, I believe, have a fairly decent roster when it comes to their soldiers, going all the way down to the elite Stark Wolf infantry here, and then we obviously have the House Guard as well. So obviously we're going to continue to improve. We have obviously Stark cavalry as well, and some bowmen. I believe the Lannisters and the Starks are the ones who have the most developed units, but then you also have soldiers as well. If we go over, I don't know, for the obviously you have the smaller factions as well. It should be cool. You actually have some different types of units, even though these are vanilla ones, but you do obviously have different houses, so that'd be really cool. And as I mentioned in a previous video as well, it'd be really cool if the modder managed to reach out to the guy who made the Game of Thrones mod for Total War, the Seven Kingdoms, because he just made absolutely insanely beautiful assets for the game, and I don't think he mods anymore, so his assets are just kind of sitting there. So it'd be amazing if the modder could get access to his models, if he obviously would agree to it, and actually add in stuff. That'd be absolutely amazing, because yeah, his models are just unmatched. I mean, they're literally some of the best models I've ever seen in a modded game. So it'd be really, really cool if we could ever see his stuff being added in. But yeah, as you continue to go down, obviously you can see some of the Aaron troops as well, the heavy infantry like so. You can see the capes and the shields are a little bit messed up on this picture, but I think they're a lot better in battle. So you obviously got the Ari as well over there. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Again, a short one today, but I just wanted to show this off, let you guys know that the map is now released and you can go ahead and play it right right now. So you definitely should go ahead and download it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.